Hey, what's up everyone, David here. Welcome back to another video. So today I want to do something a little bit different and talk about Atlus games in a tier list. So I did that before, I know, but this one's different because I'm going to be honest with y'all now. I own all systems. I own a great PC, I own an Xbox, I own a PlayStation, I own a Switch. If you've been following me for a while, I'm a portable gamer. That's my first thing that I like the most, so I adore the Switch system. Its hybrid nature is fantastic to me. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna rank all Atlus games on Switch, including 2 games that are coming out in January of 2023, because I played those games already on other systems. So we're still gonna rank them, assuming that they're gonna be good ports because they're old games. Damn it, I just looked at Nocturne HD. Okay. Now, before we get into the swing of things, let me talk to you guys about 2game.com, which is a website, a partner website with my YouTube channel that sells PC game keys. Most of the time, they're at a discount too. So if you want to save money and support my channel all at once, all you have to do is click the affiliate link down in the description and buy your games there. Otherwise, I'm also running a Christmas giveaway with 2game.com. You can click the giveaway link and follow the instructions on the website that you will end up on, and you can do various different things to get additional entries. That is a giveaway for 2 games, 2 PC games, one for Persona 5 Royal and one for Soul Hackers 2, 2 games that I love quite a bit. So if you want to get a chance to get those games, all you have to do is click the link down in the description below. The winner will be contacted by email on December 23rd, right before Christmas. The winner will be picked on the 22nd and you will be contacted by email. Good luck, and now let's get into the video. Let's get into it. It should be really fun. Before we start the video, I did a community post the other day. I don't want to get into the details again, but I did wanted to thank you guys so much for the kind words. It really helped, really warmed my heart. Those were tough times, I'm gonna be honest, so it really helped. So thank you all so much. Honestly, let's get right into it. But as always, if you're new to the channel, you want more content on anything Atlus, SMT, Persona, Sega stuff in the future, who knows, make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, and a quick thumbs up if you like the video. Give me your tier ranking of all these Nintendo Switch games from Atlus down in the comment section down below. It should be very interesting for me to read. Let's get right into it. Oh, disclaimer. My thumbnail was, I wanted you guys to click on it. That wasn't the real ranking, so that's the real one. Let's start. So we're gonna start with let me just go randomly. That one. That is Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Okay, interesting game to start with. Now, in my mind, there's a lot of genres that are covered in that section. Like there's typical turn-based RPGs. There's P4U, which is a fighting game. There's Catherine, which is kind of like visual novel, puzzle game. And then there's 13 Sentinels, which is an RTS with visual novel stuff. So Persona 4 Arena Ultimax on Switch is a great port. It doesn't have rollback netcode. So if you're an FGC guy, you probably wouldn't touch that one, at least on Switch, because it doesn't have rollback. I played it for the single player. Didn't make my way through it, I'm gonna be honest. Never played it on PS3. I played the original Arena, but never felt the need to play Ultimax because I wasn't a huge fan. Same thing goes for Ultimax, to be honest. It is the definitive version of Persona 4 Arena, and I would recommend it if you're a fighting game and a Persona fan, definitely. But as someone who adores Persona but dislikes fighting game, to be honest, it wasn't for me. The story wasn't enough. The music was freaking fantastic. But in my mind, it's that type of game. So for me, I'm going to be honest, it is a C. It is a C tier for me. Again, great version of a game that is probably great for someone who's into that genre. That isn't me, unfortunately. So that is for my first pick. But I can assure you guys will fill in these top rows for sure. So what is the next one? That Catherine, awesome. Catherine full body. Oof, just Catherine in general is freaking amazing. I love Catherine so much. I like the 3 female characters: Rin, Catherine with a K, Catherine with a C, and Vincent Brooks, the main character, is absolutely awesome. The side characters as well that you can talk to in the Stray Sheep, which is the bar in this game. The soundtrack is fantastic. It's a puzzle game, same as Persona 4 Arena. I'm not into that genre, generally speaking. I can appreciate the puzzles in Catherine more than the combat in P4AU, because again, I'm not a fighting game guy. Don't crucify me, you FGC fans. Catherine, though, has something that Persona 4 Arena doesn't have, which is everything around the gameplay is so freaking amazing that I adore the game. Okay, so the characters, the story is amazing. I love all the endings. It's just a very, very good experience. One of the first games made in HD by Atlus in-house. New game by Studio Zero. Freaking amazing. That one deserves an A, to be honest. It's a fantastic port, fantastic version of the game. And yeah, it deserves that spot. It really does. You guys should check it out. Great, great, great good stuff with Catherine. What is the next game that we'll do? We'll do that one. Persona 5 Strikers. That one is interesting, you guys, and I'm going to tell you my story with this game. Now, first of all, this game is a collaboration between Koei Tecmo, Omega Force, and Atlus, and that game is a Persona 5 sequel, basically. In terms of story, this happens after the events of Vanilla Persona 5, which means you're not going to get the GOAT, Dr. Maruki, playable in that game. Unfortunately, Kasumi either. But you're going to get the rest of the Phantom Thieves. Soundtrack is still absolutely incredible, nothing less. The gameplay was fun. Again, I kind of liked it. Not as good as the main game, in my opinion, but it still felt great. It wasn't your typical warrior game. Like, I like Hyrule Warriors quite a bit. This is different. This is more like an action RPG than your standard Warriors game, right? Fire Emblem Warriors, all that stuff. So that game's good. The story I liked quite a bit. When I reviewed the game on the channel, I was really into it. I just got done with it, playing it when it launched, and it was great. It really, really was. But this game turned out to be kind of unmemorable to me. Like, after a week or so, 2 weeks, I was like, I don't remember everything about that story. Now, some of the new characters were great. Most of them were great. Like, Zenkichi was amazing. Sophia as well. Great, great, great stuff. And again, that soundtrack, god damn. But the story wasn't... It doesn't come even close to the story of Persona 5 Royal, in my opinion. It's the lack of memorability for me as well. And I never played it after I got done with it. That being said, the Switch version is a great version. It runs fine. Loading times are a little long, to be honest. You probably want the 60 frame experience that you can get on PlayStation. But if you're a handheld gamer, I adored my time with it. It was great. It was honestly a great experience. That one belongs in B to me, to be honest. When I first beat it, A. But now, looking back on it, it's a B tier type of game for me. It's not a Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, but it's not a Catherine, far from it. So, great stuff, great stuff. Now, I want to pick and choose for the next few games, the next few candidates. I want to go with Persona 3 Portable next. That is one of the games that is coming out in January of 2022. It's a PSP game. I'm not too worried. We've seen the trailer. It looks great. So I doubt that there's going to be big issues with this one. Persona 3 is not my favorite Persona game. A lot of older fans are looking at Persona 3 when it comes to their favorite release in the series. That's not the case for me. That being said, I prefer portable over FES and sometimes, you guys, I'll be honest. Sometimes I prefer portable. Other times I prefer FES. I don't really like the new content in FES that much, the answer. And I don't really like I like to be able to control my party members. I know this is something that veterans will call basic. Call me a basic bitch if you want. I don't care. I like to control my party members, and this is something that the portable version of the game offered. It was portable, you guys. I liked playing that game on a PSP, especially since it is a 100-hour RPG. So great stuff. I like the new tracks in that version of the game as well. Great stuff with Persona 3 Portable. But again, Persona 3 isn't in my top 5. Well, it isn't in my top 3 Persona game, per se. I'm a Persona 5, Persona 2 gamer, first and foremost. Persona 3 is good, but it's not up there for me. So that one belongs in B as well. I'll put it in front of Strikers, though. I definitely prefer it over Persona 5 Strikers. That's for sure. Great stuff, you guys. Great stuff. I'm really curious about you guys' rankings, though. Don't forget to drop a comment with your tier ranking. Feel free to justify yourself. You can attack me as well with some of my picks. Just stay respectful. And yeah, I'm very curious with that one. Let's keep going because this video is going to be long. What's next? Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE Encore. That one was first revealed as Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, two series that I love so much. I started playing Fire Emblem in like 2010 or something, so it's been over 10 years at this point, over a decade. Wow, this is crazy. And SMT, you guys, I don't have to tell you how much I like SMT, so I was excited, you guys, when I saw that first trailer. I was like, my god, this game's gonna be insanely good. It turned out to be a new IP. It's this idle type of setting. The gameplay, though, the combat, man. The combat is honestly, it's almost perfect. It's extremely addictive to pull out these combos. I like the soundtrack quite a bit. I do like some of the characters. The main character is, you don't get more bland than him. Honestly, it is your generic JRPG protagonist, but otherwise this game was still a great time, and I feel like with more time put into it and maybe a different style, I would like it more. Again, I still have a lot of passion for that game, and I played it twice already. It's very solid. I like it quite a bit. To me, that one, it's boring, you guys, but it's also a B tier for me, and it's in front of Persona 5 Strikers as well. If you gave me a choice right now, I would play that game before Persona 5 Strikers for sure. And I'm a big Persona 5 fan, so it's good. You guys should check it out. Next up, let's do SMT III Nocturne HD Remastered. I have to say, playing Nocturne portably was insane. I imported the Japanese version of Nocturne, and to me, that was a PlayStation 2 game. Played it a little bit on PlayStation 3. The version was laggy and stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to replay through the whole thing. When it was announced for Switch, though, I was pumped. I was like, amazing. That's great. You guys know what happened. It was a little pricey. There was DLC. The port was really crusty. A lot of issues with it. They were not patched, but at the same time, there was some great gameplay features that were added into it, such as skill inheritance during Demon Fusion. Voice acting is there as well, and it's still your great game that you enjoyed back in the day. I can appreciate it even with its technical issues because I like Nocturne so much. But there's the technical issues are real, you guys. There's a lot of frame drops. Loading times aren't too quick either. Just bugs in general. Not game-breaking stuff. Not a deal breaker for someone like me who isn't like a top-tier performance type of guy, right? I play some of my older consoles on a day-to-day basis. And again, Switch is my favorite modern platform, even though I own a PS5 and a Series X. So I don't care as much. So if this game loses points for you, it's fair. To me, it's great. I have to give it a A tier, not in front of Catherine, though. Not in front of Catherine. The HD remaster is crusty. If it was a perfect port, exactly the same game in Unity, no bugs, higher quality in terms of audio, it would be in front of Catherine. Still A, I think. Yeah, that's how I see it. Let's keep going. Next up, we'll do Persona 4 Golden. Persona 4 Golden is great. It is a great game. I like the cast of characters quite a bit. The story is one of my favorite in all of Persona. It's great as well. The soundtrack is super iconic. Again, we don't know about the Switch version because it's coming out next month in January. It's right around the corner. It's really cool. I'm interested in Persona 4 Golden. I'm interested in playing it again. And from some of the playthroughs that I did like, I think I did 2 only actually for that one. I liked him. I liked him a lot. A lot of great characters. The villain in the game is great. Nadeko, your younger sister, the music, Heaven. Oh my god. It's very solid. It has the best spin-offs as well. With Persona 4 Dancing is extremely good. Persona 4, the animation is fantastic. I like the game too. I like the game a lot. Gameplay is fun. So that one has to go in A as well. And I think I'll put it in front of Nocturne. I'm confident that it's going to be a great point. I'm expecting something similar to the PC version of the game, but portably. That game is portable to me. I played it on Vita, so that's how I want to play it again. But on a bigger OLED screen, it's going to be really awesome. So Persona 4 Golden is an A tier game for me. Next up, we'll do Shin Megami Tensei V. Shin Megami Tensei V came out a year ago. SMT 5 was the next game that I anticipated the most after The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out. That game is a game that I like so much. More than a lot of people. I like it more than most people on Twitter, obviously, but Twitter is a different sphere. I think I like it more than a lot of you guys. When I reviewed it, my review was overwhelmingly positive with SMT 5, and it met my expectations. It exceeded them, and that's almost 6 years of expectations. So fantastic game. It was revealed during the January 2017 press conference before the Switch came out, 2 months before the Switch came out, and it's an exclusive at the time of recording this video. It has minor technical issues in my opinion, unlike Nocturne. The soundtrack is a solid 10 out of 10. And the gameplay is also a solid 10 out of 10. The story is lacking a little bit. I like the characters a lot. I think they are well represented. If you do this side content as well, you take time to speak with the NPCs and stuff. They do have some character development, nothing that comes close to other releases, but still very solid. And to me, that game's it would be an A+, to be honest. I'm gonna put it in S, but I still feel like it deserves an A+, because I'm looking at some other game which is going to be an S tier, and it's not next to it, if that makes sense, okay? So it's bottom S tier, but it's still fantastic, and I love it so much. I'm about to replay it, but on hard mode. I like the DLC, the fights with the Demi-Fiend. Everything is so great in that one. I need to get back to it very soon. The game that I wanted to talk about today specifically is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I made 2 videos on that game. One in-depth review when it came out in September of 2020 for PlayStation 4. I gave the game a 10 out of 10. It was my game of the year alongside Yakuza Like a Dragon, and that says a lot because that game was amazing. This game is published by ATLUS, but it's a vanillaware title. Developers of Grim Grimoire, which is going to get a release by NIS America next year on Switch. Great stuff. They're also the devs of Dragon's Crown, Odd and Sphere, other ATLUS releases. They're awesome. They really are. Their art style is special. Their music is special. The gameplay in that game is a mix of a real-time strategy combat system and also a visual novel. You side-scroll around levels and you talk to characters, which that is your visual novel sequence. If you see it, it makes sense. Everything is beautifully hand-drawn, and again, the music really works. The RTS system might stop some of you. It may make you stomp on the brakes when you see the combat system, because you don't play these types of games normally. I don't either, to be perfectly honest. And the combat in that game, if you want to do like an easy mode and just auto battle your whole way through, you can do that. So if you just want to experience the story and make it be a shorter experience, do it. It's still worth it. Honestly, if you skip the combat, you're gonna miss some interactions between the characters that are really great, and they're absolutely well written. I gotta be honest. So I recommend doing them. At least give the combat a shot. But if you miss them, you're still gonna get a fantastic experience. It's a game with 13 characters, and you play in different eras, and there's time travel, and it works. Just process this for a second. It works. It makes sense. It's fun. Insane. Amazing release. I love it quite a bit. I made a second video talking about 13 reasons why you should play 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on Switch. This version of the game is the best version. It has all the content. The performance is the same as the PS4, if not better. At times at the end game, during some certain combat sequences, there's slowdowns. I don't feel like they're as noticeable on Switch for some reason. It's weaker hardware, but I feel like it's potentially better optimized or something. It has additional content, and also the loading times are shorter for some reason. They were not a problem. I gotta be honest, they were not a problem on PS4, but they're still shorter in that one, which is strange because that's definitely not the case for other games like Nocturne and Persona 5 Strikers here on the list. Play 13 Sentinels. I don't have anything else to say. This game's an S tier in front of Shin Megami Tensei V for me. Next up is Persona 5 Royal. And again, you guys will call me basic because that one is the best game on this list in my opinion. You might call me a basic Persona fan. Hey, Right after it is Persona 2. Okay, so I'm not a basic little Persona fan, but still, Persona 5 is my favorite. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It belongs next to Ocarina of Time and Yakuza 0 to me. It's up there. It's right there with SMT 5. It's right there next to SMT 4 in terms of ATLUS releases, and that's just saying a lot. The music is pretty much perfect. The gameplay is also perfect. I had my pacing issues, but honestly, replaying on Switch, since it's portable and stuff, it's easy access. It's so much more enjoyable to me. It's pretty much a perfect version of the game. It's perfectly stable in terms of frame rates. Loading times are quick. The resolution is great. The art style pops so much on the OLED Nintendo Switch system. It's fantastic to play. I love it so much. The characters are great. They're well written. I have issues with one saga in the game where Haru is introduced, where you fight Okumura and stuff. That saga isn't my favorite with the whole Morgana thing. I don't want to spoil too much stuff. That part was an issue to me. I just got done with that part in the game. I'm at 76 hours or something. It's a 120 hours RPG. And that part isn't even a major issue to me anymore. I kind of like accepted it and I learned to like it, if that makes sense. The new content in that game is so good. With third semester, Dr. Maruki alone is my favorite character in Royal. He was not in the original version of the game. It's a new character. Kasumi is also insane. It's a crime that Maruki isn't on the cover art, though. I gotta be honest. Fantastic game. You guys, this is it. I've been rambling for too long already. But thank you all so much for listening to this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great week. If you liked the video, a quick thumbs up is a big help. Subscribe if you're new as well, if you want more content on anything ATLUS, SMT, and Persona. And again, thank you all so much for the kind words. I really do appreciate it, you guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.